Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into Senderos del Aprendizaje Interior, a book by Fhaner Romero.
Oh yeah, this one.
It's all about self-discovery, told through a fictional story.
Kind of like a roadmap for personal growth, but way more interesting than a typical self-help book.
Exactly. So much more engaging.
And you know what's really cool about this book? Romero uses the main character, Sophia, to show how those random events in our lives, the ones we call coincidences,
Oh, yeah.
he says they might actually be guiding us toward inner peace.
Okay, so walk me through how this all starts.
All right, so Sophia's journey kicks off with a really vivid dream.
A dream.
Yeah, and this dream isn't just random, it's what sets her whole transformation in motion.
Like a wake-up call.
Exactly. It shakes her out of her routine, and suddenly she's yearning for something more, something deeper.
Interesting. And then she comes across the work of Viktor Frankl.
Oh, the author of Man's Search for Meaning.
That's the one. His philosophy about finding meaning even in suffering, that becomes a guiding light for Sophia.
And Romero does a fantastic job of weaving Frankl's ideas into Sophia's journey.
Oh, so?
Well, like Frankl's quote, between stimulus and response, there is a space.
Right. In that space is our power to choose our response.
Yeah. That becomes a mantra for Sophia as she navigates all these twists and turns in her life.
It really makes you think, do we all have that space, that power to choose how we react?
I think so, absolutely. And that's one of the key takeaways here, that we're not just passive passengers,
We have the power to choose our response.
And that choice shapes our reality. Romero really emphasizes that.
And this idea of choice ties right into one of the central metaphors in the book, the laberinto de las coincidencias.
The labyrinth of coincidences.
Have you ever had one of those moments where it felt like something was just too perfectly timed to be random?
Oh, all the time.
That's what he's talking about.
He's saying those seemingly chance encounters, those coincidences, they might actually be opportunities for growth.
Just disguised as everyday happenings.
They may seem random, but they could be pushing us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves.
I like that. And this is one encounter in the book that really illustrates this point. Sophia meets an elderly man in the park.
Right. Seems like a chance meeting.
But this man ends up giving her advice that completely changes her perspective.
Remember what he says about pigeons?
Something about letting go.
Sometimes we need to let go of something for it to return to us in a different way. That simple statement, it really prompts Sophia to let go of her past hurts.
Wow. And embrace new possibilities.
It's like he gives her the key to unlock this whole new level of understanding.
That's powerful. That encounter is just one example of how these coincidences can be turning points in our lives.
It's like we're being guided by something, leading us towards our potential.
Okay, so we've got these coincidences guiding us, but then there's this other concept, maestros silenciosos, or silent teachers.
Silent teachers, huh? I like that.
Think about the people who've had a profound impact on your life.
Okay, yeah.
Not necessarily through direct advice, but by just being themselves.
Like they've taught you through their actions.
Exactly. Those are your silent teachers.
Interesting.
And one of Sophia's silent teachers is Maria.
Who's Maria?
An artist. She really embodies creativity and self-expression.
I see.
Their relationship has a big impact on Sophia, but then Maria leaves. And that departure becomes a lesson in itself.
A lesson in letting go.
Yes. And trusting your own path,
Yeah.
recognizing that some teachers are only in our lives for a short time.
Makes sense.
Kind of like saying goodbye to a favorite chapter in a book, knowing there's so many more stories to be discovered.
I love that analogy. And as Sophia keeps going, she stumbles upon a pretty profound realization about gratitude.
Oh, yeah. This part really resonated with me. It's so relatable.
Sophia's complaining about her coffee, which I think we've all done at some point.
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
But then she meets someone who can't even hold a cup.
Oh, wow.
It's like a wake-up call. Suddenly she realizes how much she takes for granted.
That's a great example of how Romero illustrates perspective. We can focus on what we lack, or we can appreciate what we have.
And that choice, as simple as it seems, can make a huge difference in how we experience life.
It's a good reminder for all of us to slow down and savor the little things. This gratitude shift becomes a really important part of Sophia's journey. It allows her to find joy in everyday moments.
Totally. And then there's this other concept called the game of wisdom.
The game of wisdom.
Yeah, Romero gets really creative here. He has Sophia visualize her personal growth as a board game.
A board game, interesting.
Each square on the board represents a step toward self-discovery. Things like self-reflection, overcoming limiting beliefs, connecting with those silent teachers, and finding your passion.
So it's like a roadmap for personal growth, but in a game format.
And what I find fascinating is that this game has no real ending. It's an ongoing process.
A continuous loop of self-exploration and growth.
Exactly. Personal development isn't about reaching a final destination.
It's about the journey itself, the constant learning, the evolving.
Just like navigating a labyrinth, with each twist and turn revealing something new.
That's a great way to put it. It's not a straight line. It's a winding path full of surprises. It's full of twists and turns and challenges.
Right. It's not like she's just taking a leisurely stroll.
Exactly. It's more like she's learning to dance with the unknown.
That's a great way to put it. Trusting that even those detours can lead to amazing things.
And you know where Frankel's influence really shines through?
Right.
When Sophia hesitates to leave her job.
Ah, yeah, the one that wasn't fulfilling her.
It's a classic example of fear holding us back from our true passion.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
But then she remembers that quote about choosing our response.
And it gives her the push she needs.
To take a leap of faith.
Even though it's scary.
And what happens? She ends up finding a fulfilling creative project.
It's like the universe was nudging her along.
Towards what she was meant to do.
Yeah.
I've had those moments too, where taking a chance opened up unexpected doors.
It's amazing how that works. Taking a risk, even a small one, can lead to the best opportunities.
It's like saying yes to the unknown.
And throughout the book, we see Sophia seeking guidance from those silent teachers.
The ones who offer wisdom without directly spelling things out.
It's like they're whispering secrets.
And it's up to her to listen carefully.
And decipher their meaning.
And sometimes those lessons come in the most unexpected forms.
Like with Maria, the artist.
Right. She wasn't just a creative inspiration.
She was a living example of living life on your own terms.
And even though their separation was tough,
It taught Sophia about self-reliance.
like Marie was saying, okay, you've got this, now go spread your wings.
It's beautiful.
And as Sophia embraces that independence, she starts to understand the importance of things like gratitude and respect.
Remember the part about Sophia complaining about her coffee?
Until she met someone who couldn't even hold a cup. It's like, whoa, perspective check.
Yeah, Romero's brilliant for including that. He shows us that happiness isn't about having more,
It's about appreciating what we already have
shifting our perspective,
and really being present
which takes a willingness to look inward.
to examine our thoughts and feelings without judgment.
Exactly. Self-reflection becomes a key tool for Sophia.
It helps her identify those limiting beliefs holding her back.
And she starts to challenge those beliefs,
It's like she's holding up a mirror,
getting to know herself on a deeper level.
discovering hidden strength,
And through that process, she starts to understand her own power,
the power to choose her responses, to shape her reality.
to create a life that aligns with her values,
It's like she's becoming the author of her own story,
taking control of the narrative.
writing a more fulfilling chapter.
And, as we follow along on her journey,
It becomes so clear that personal growth isn't a one-time achievement,
it's an ongoing process
a lifelong exploration.
of who we are and who we can become.
I love how Romero uses that analogy of the board game with no ending,
Yeah, it highlights that we're always evolving,
always learning.
always discovering new aspects of ourselves. And that journey doesn't have to be a solitary one.
You're right. Romero talks about finding your tribe,
Your community.
those like-minded people who support you.
And inspire you.
It's like we're all on this journey together,
Each with our own path.
but connected by that desire for self-discovery.
And Sophia experiences that sense of community through her encounters.
It's like that saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
So true.
The power of community.
And as Sophia goes deeper into her journey,
What happens?
she discovers a passion she didn't even know she had: writing.
Writing,
It becomes an outlet for self-discovery.
a way to express her thoughts and feelings.
Exactly. And that creative expression becomes a big part of her transformation
It's like finding her voice,
in a much deeper way.
not just literally, but internally.
Throughout the book, we see Sophia challenging herself,
Stepping outside her comfort zone,
stepping outside her comfort zone,
trying new things, facing her fear.
breaking free from those limitations,
She embodies that growth mindset.
embracing the unknown and trusting the process. Romero has this great metaphor about a marathon.
Oh, yeah.
He writes, "The limits of the mind in the universe in a marathon of 1,000 light years with a photo finish."
Wow. It really emphasizes that the journey is what matters.
Not the destination.
It's about pushing our limits.
And celebrating every step.
Makes you think differently about personal growth, right?
Totally. Like, it's not about reaching some finish line.
It's more like a lifelong journey.
A marathon of self-discovery.
And it's a marathon we can all choose to run. Senderos del aprendizaje interior is really an invitation for all of us.
An invitation to explore our own paths.
Romero gives us the tools, the inspiration,
To pay attention to those synchronicities, those moments that feel like more than just coincidence.
and to appreciate those silent teachers.
The people and experiences that shape us in ways we might not even realize.
And that thing about gratitude, it's not just a feeling,
It's a choice.
a choice we can make every single day.
A choice that can change everything.
This deep dive has really shown us the power of introspection
Looking inward, examining our thoughts and beliefs.
and challenging those patterns that might be holding us back.
It's like we've been giving this glimpse inside our own minds.
And we realize we have the power to change the story.
You won't have to be defined by our past.
We can choose how we respond, shape our reality.
Create a future that aligns with who we truly are.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Senderos del aprendizaje interior,
But what resonated with you?
what coincidences have you experienced?
Who are the silent teachers in your life?
Maybe this conversation has sparked something new for you.
A sense of possibility, a desire to explore your own inner world.
Remember, personal growth is a journey, not a destination.
And it's a beautiful journey.
Full of unexpected twists and turns and incredible discoveries.
So keep exploring, keep learning, keep growing.
And trust that the path will unfold one step at a time.